Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Ashley Brooke Roberts. Hello, Ashley.
Hi.
Ashley's one of these people that we do Q&A where we go back in time over the years of one specific date and talk about all the things we talked about over now 18 years. And we go, holy shit, it's been way too long since we talked to Ashley Brooke Roberts.
Time has passed.
We got so much to cover. First of all, everybody knows, so let me just remind people because I remember when I see somebody with three names, I always ask, where did you get the lips to do that? And I remember it's because of one of the Pussycat dolls, right? Was named Ashley Roberts. And you had to differentiate yourself. Is that true or not true?
It's half true. It's half true.
Okay.
So
what's the other half?
I mean, the other half is my family calls me Ashley Brooke. So like the relatives, the close relatives called me Ashley Brooke. And then when I went in print, when I was writing articles in college, because I had an internship, Ashley Roberts was a Pussycat doll. And I was like, I'm going to go by my full name. So that's how it happened.
First time we talked to Ashley was 2014.
Wow.
That's why we can't call her Ashley Brooke. You got to be more in touch.
Wow.
We were talking about Willie Nelson. He was 81 at the time, and he earned his 5th degree black belt.
Earned with money? Because what?
Scientology awards are more legit, you know? Used to be able to, now he's 90. He probably has 10 belts. If I beat him up, do I get one?
That should be the rule, right? If they have 10, they have to give you one if you beat them. Maybe you have to beat them 3 times because anyone can have a good moment.
Then Ashley was on again in 2016 with her live-in boyfriend, Nick Maritato. Now it's many years later. Ashley, is this good news to bring him up? Bad news? Indifferent?
Hey, we're engaged.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was sweating over here. I got to ask as a journalist, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
But good. That is good news because usually it's horrendous.
Yeah. Not us. We made it.
Good.
We're better than everybody else.
Did he do the proposal well? Did he go on one knee? That's the secret, right? The guy has to go on one knee.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
So you have to have good knees to get married. That's why it's for the young, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I would have been happy with a curtsy. You know?
Right. Just show you're below me.
Show a dip.
Yeah.
He asked me at our first kiss spot. Full disclosure, we have been engaged for 4 years.
Okay.
He asked me at our first kiss spot, which is right in front of a gas station on the corner of Habermeyer and McGinnis, one of the most popular on-ramps for the BQE. You might know.
Oh, that gas station is no longer there.
Stop.
I'm so sorry. But your engagement is.
Our engagement is. I called them and asked them for security footage. Because I was like, we'll play it at our wedding. And they were like, we cannot do that.
Right. It's a weird request and all our cameras are fake.
Yeah.
May I ask what is taking so long now that you're saying 4 years?
We got engaged in 2019.
Okay.
And then we were like, we're going to take a couple of months to really just be a fun engaged couple. And then the pandemic happened. And then we had to deal with our lives changing upside down. You know, everything got turned around. And then we were focused on moving to LA. And then we got to LA and we were focused on starting a life here. And now we're just getting back to the place where we're like, okay, let's start planning wedding.
For those who watch those, the Thanos Marvel movies, what a weird coincidence. They have a 5-year blip. And quite frankly, we did too. Of course, that's what took 4 years.
There you go.
Yeah. When you were on, you were talking about you and Nick arguing about, do you circumcise your made up boy?
Wow. We still argue about that. And that boy still doesn't exist.
Remind me who said whose side, because I would assume you got to go with the man's opinion if it's a boy. But
Nick
you tell
says
me.
Circumcise.
Yeah,
Nick
right.
says, well, I mean, I don't know. I've actually done some really deep diving into parent. Well, I've been into some parent blogs. It's out. People aren't getting circumcised anymore. So before, the argument was you don't want your kid to be the weird one. Now, if the kid's circumcised, they might be the weird one. Circumcision rates have declined.
That much, though. That much.
50%.
50% of
I made
Americans.
That up, but
I thought so.
I made it up, but it feels real to me.
I think this country has a true need for someone's penis to have their offspring look alike.
Mutilation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mutilation, but me and Nick are both glad. Is Nick circumcised?
Yeah, and he loves it.
I love it. Me too.
Yeah,
I love
he
it.
loves it. I know, and that's a real argument that I've taken into consideration for our imaginary child.
Yeah, there is health. Kids are dirty motherfuckers. They're not going to clean well. They, every time you see a Lego under the couch, know that they're not cleaning their dick well. But and then there's more sensitivity with a foreskin. If I was any more sensitive, I'd be coming right now. But more importantly than any of this, the looks is what I'm hearing. But you're saying it's all changing. I mean,
I love the look of all of them. I think they're all cool and interesting in their own way, and I like variety. So I say switch it up. You don't want to see the same dick over and over again for the rest of your life, unless it's your lover's dick, and then that is a perfect dick.
She turns to look. Is it right there?
No, I just looked in the general direction that he is in the house. Okay. I know that he's right over there. He's not in the room, but he's through that wall. Okay. So I'm just thinking of him and his beautiful penis. But I think, you know what, to be honest, who knows what the answer is? I don't know why you ever fall into like internet deep dive that really has nothing to do with you and doesn't affect your life in any real way, but you're like, well, I guess I'll become an expert on this now.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I felt about it in that time.
I'm an expert on wildfires right now.
Hey, there you go.
Happy to catch me. Yeah.
This is a really tough one because I understand why you would not circumcise your kid, and I understand why you would. But I understand why you would is more because you can't change your mind once you reach a certain either age or understand. You had circumcisions on your brain as a good thing for too long, and you don't know how to switch over. That's how I feel why we continue to circumcise, because those reasons that Keith gave, I don't want to dismiss them, but I'm going to. They sound like you can get over it if your penis is not circumcised. You just kind of continue about your way, and then all of those things get organized.
A new generation, who knows? But how many times our generation have we heard the guy took down his pants, the woman went, ugh.
I don't hear that.
I hear it every day.
No, you don't.
He hears it every day. He hears it every day, like you're 50% fucking bullshit.
The bus driver just said it to me today. Can't get away from it.
Ryan says, I am, but my brother isn't, and I wouldn't switch. But would he? That's what's interesting. When it's your own thing, because your brother who doesn't have a circumcised dick, and he still can get it. I know you're cutting the penis, but you still have that option. You, as a person who doesn't have that hat, can't re-get a hat.
I do have a circumcision track. I'm going to add it to the end of this show. And then I'll put up a poll that said, should Ashley specifically circumcise her specific son?
I also just don't want to make the decision for my kid. I want him to decide what he does with his dick.
And tonsils and gallbladder if anything goes wrong.
Well, that's different. Tonsils become infected, and then that's something you have to remove. That's not that you can't compare the two. Okay?
I don't know, because I've seen uncircumcised dick. It looks like something's broken.
Because it doesn't look like yours.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need for our offspring to look like us. I think we're learning that, but it's a slow learn. Listen, when people first wake up, they're not necessarily morning people. They're groggy. I get it. Birdie James is writing, my ex-husband was circumcised when he was 4. It's a weird thing to change one's mind on. I don't know that the 4-year-old made that decision. That's a weird age. I'm opposed to that age specifically.
Just in time for kindergarten.
Oh my fucking God. You're too alert and still too young. No. That should be like maybe bar mitzvah or something age. I don't know.
I just, it's all about the kid's feelings. And I don't want a kid to be in school and everybody's drawing dicks on the chalkboard. And you're like, oh, that's not mine. We want representation and no one's drawing windsock dicks. That's all I'm saying.
How do you feel about this? This is a real statistic that I did not make up. You
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Somebody
You
else
ready
made it
for
up.
this?
You've been saving it.
California rates of circumcision are 23%. That's the minority of dicks out there in the locker room.
Are they counting?
23%.
Are they counting vaginas? Like, are they just saying circumcisions or penis circumcisions?
I think circumcision just applies to penises.
I don't
think
know.
I think the women, for female, that's a different term, right?
I think Nick should be allowed to say about the kid's penis. And then when you have a daughter, you're in charge if you want to cut off her lips, you know? That's up to you. You want to get rid of the clitoris? That's, you know better.
See, that's the only thing is if I want somebody to stay out of my uterus, but this is not your uterus. I don't know. It's still making a decision at such an early age.
I love how deep we got. Okay. We started with Keith beating up Willie Nelson, and now we're talking about taking out clitorises.
It's been 10 years. We got a lot to cover. Do family members talk about this, or is it really just you two?
It's just us. It's
Okay.
just us. Yeah.
Are you planning on having kids? Can I ask that?
Sort of at
Sort
times.
of. Okay.
At times. Yeah.
It's cutting off dick is overwhelming. I understand why that would take a minute.
Yeah. We have to agree on a couple of things, mainly
Right.
circumcision, before we even embark.
But are you a person who wants to be pregnant? Is it going to be a toss up whether you have a boy, a penis, or a vagina? You know, or because right now you can pick a little more than you.
How do you
used
mean?
to.
Like doggy style's a boy or what?
Well, you can adopt, and most
Oh,
likely
I
you're
see.
going to get a girl, or a vagina. You can also, I think you can alter it a little bit with a little bit of money and sort of lean into, if you want a female, you can get a vagina. You can
Yeah.
have the doctor zhuzh your stuff a little bit so that you can get a vagina or penis.
I think you can pick, like, if you do IVF, you can
Mhm.
pick which embryo that you would want to like insert. So if they're like, this is a male embryo, it's a female embryo. But no, I'm not going to design. I'm not going to design the babe. If it happens, I'm just going to let it gets to pick what it wants.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about, you ever see like those octopuses that pick who's going to win the Super Bowl? Maybe like have the baby, like put a piece of paper circumcised, piece of paper uncircumcised, let the baby crawl to it.
Start a
Okay.
podcast where the only goal is by show 100, you people make the decision.
Okay, this is fun. Leave it up to chance. A topic we've been discussing for 7 years. Just make it a coin flip.
Does it get heated, or do you guys know, like, we're not going to find this?
It only got heated once, and that was Reddit's fault, because I went down like a Reddit hole and I was like sending articles at 3 a.m.
Oh, is that Reddit's fault that you keep sending articles?
Yeah, not my fault. Okay. I have no responsibility there.
I like that you live together and you're sending articles at 3 a.m.
Yeah. He was in the living room and I was just firing them off.
I don't know, man. The people say the body's amazing. I don't fucking know. So I was saying how I had like shortness of breath the other day. I have a bruise here below my Adam's apple. I don't know if they're connected. It was freaking me out.
Keith is
Em just
crying
says-
for help, and we're just like, what else? To circumcise or not to circumcise?
So
You
Pemda
already
says-
had a life.
Go to urgent care. And so I go, but I don't know what they figured out. They
No,
gave me,
Chemda said go to the hospital. You settled on urgent
oh,
care.
I'm not going to the hospital.
Just saying.
They'll send me back. Hey, do you have a doctor? Well, go to it.
Could be.
Here's a water IV. And that's $500. You know, so no, thanks. But they gave me one of those masks to help breathe.
Nebulizer.
And
Mhm.
and then they go, first of all, this is why the body isn't amazing. We only have 5 warning lights: cough, sneeze, problems breathing, throwing up, bad stool.
Mhm.
They got to figure out all these different fucking things if these are your only choices.
It's true. I don't know how Advil makes its way to the right pain, but that's amazing.
Right. Well, they gave me the stethoscope test. I was good with that. The EKG, good with that. So then they give me this nebulizer. Then they leave the room. I didn't know I just stood there with a mask on for 20 minutes. I'm like, when's it? So I start Googling it about 10 minutes in. And it says, make sure you close your nose if you can, breathe in through your mouth. I'm like, I haven't been doing that. Never mind. I don't know when this ends. Then they give me one of those asthma things to take home. And I go, how do you do it? And they're like, like people with asthma.
An inhaler.
An inhaler. And I go, yeah. So anyways, I've seen movies. I hold it and I just push it and that's it. Yeah, that's it. It wasn't until right before the show that I read the instructions that, just say how many carbons are in it. Nothing, that can't help you. And it says, squeeze it into your mouth, hold it for 10 seconds, make sure you shake it well. I'm like, can you tell me something?
How did you make it to this point in life and never use an inhaler before?
I met
How is
Honda.
that possible?
You mean
You
how
never
that?
had bronchitis and had to get an inhaler?
No.
You're
Does
lucky.
everybody have bronchitis?
I mean, I feel like I've used an inhaler at least twice in this life of mine, but it was like prescribed for like bronchitis or something. Am I the only one?
I didn't use it until I had until I knew about a tumor. So I don't know. And I didn't know about a nebulizer until I couldn't breathe because of a tumor. And that's why when Keith was like, oh, they gave me a nebulizer, I'm like, oh, PTSD. My first thing that I wanted to tell him was, that's what they gave me.
Right. and then they go, how do you feel now? I'm like, I can't, I don't know yet.
I don't know what a nebulizer is.
It's like an inhaler,
that's what
but
it is.
longer.
Oh, did you have a mask?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
Like blue
mask.
velvet?
Yes. Not as
Cool.
sexy, but yes.
Oh, okay. Not as sexy.
Yeah.
And also, I'm making up that it's like an inhaler, but longer. That's what I understood
It
from
is.
being able to breathe after they gave it to me.
But she's like, hey, the nurse or whatever, hey, how does it feel? And I'm like, I can't really tell. Like everybody right now listening, look at your breathing. Is it right?
No.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. It freaks you the fuck out. I can say more sentences in a row today. That feels good. That's all I know.
Focusing on your breath is like terrifying in the same way of like feeling your heartbeat, where you're like, I'm
Right.
gonna die.
Right. And I see when I'm reading up the rules, take with food. I wasn't told that. Shake well. I wasn't told that. Breathe out, hold for 10 minutes. Then I wasn't told any of that.
That's awful. That's medication that they gave you.
Thank
Now,
you.
you're not it's not life threatening, but it's also not life helping if I'm not going to do this right. And you can
Right.
only squeeze it so many times a day before, like, I think it has the reverse effect. You can't just be spraying that shit into yourself.
You were
And then I
failed
go,
by the
hey,
medical
I took an EKG. I took this and that. Can you give me a hard copy for when I do see my doctor? And they went, oh, it's all in your portal. And I go, okay, the fuck? And so I go, hey, is that like the same app where I showed I got the vaccine? And they go, no. And I go, okay. So where is it? And they go, oh, you know what? I don't, Okay, I'll get you a hard copy. Okay. Doctors are the fucking worst.
You were failed by the medical system there, for
Multiple
sure.
times. Multiple times.
And the portal thing is really upsetting.
I still don't know where to go. Portal.com/Keith Malley? I don't know where the fuck to go.
They always assume that you've already set it up, first off.
Right.
And second off, you go there, you read things don't make sense to you. You send notes to your doctor, no one responds to it.
Right.
It's a flawed system.
It is, but I fixed it. You guys want to hear how?
Please.
Okay. Hi, I'm your hospital correspondent. I went to way too many doctors and I could never keep track of it.
I'm going to learn more from Kenda than I did last night.
What I did is I stuck with one branch, just like their McDonald's or Burger King. So there's a branch called Northwell, and they have all the doctors under their umbrella. And I do not see a doctor unless you are under that system, because I could email you and you respond, because they send what do you call those where you need another doctor to say you're allowed to go?
Referrals?
They send referrals to each other. It's in the portal. Even when I don't know where it is in the portal, they fucking log right in. When I go to I went to a knee doctor. He knew about my my birth control pills. I went to, I go to a neurologist. I go to, I go to so many doctors that I can't keep track, but you go under the same umbrella. Now, when I want to see anybody else, my gyno, I contact the portal. I go, give me a gyno that you can talk to directly. And that's what they give me.
Well, why do every doctor ask me more questions? Do I just go check the portal? What is it? Portal.gov? What the fuck is it? The portal, Kate. The FBI portal. Everybody knows that.
Mike G says, oh, welcome back, Mike G. Haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ashley and Mike, I love today. Okay. Wait till he sees the IT charge for helping him with his portal.
Right. Right. She goes, here, I can show you. I go, no. I'll just never know. Fuck it.
Keith, I'm sorry I shamed you for never using an inhaler before. And now I'm sitting here wondering if I've used too many inhalers in my life.
We can always make you feel bad
Right.
about your choices. What's funny is that when he said nebulizer and you're like, what's a nebulizer? I'm like, oh my God, you never had a nebulizer.
Oh, you mean like that movie with the fucking pervert?
Yeah.
Yes, like that one.
That
Like
one.
that one. Yeah.
It's cool.
Today is Flag Day. Happy 248th birthday to the United States Army. And as a gift for being a veteran, this veteran company of some kind said, you can see The Flash for free in New York City today. And I think I'm going to do it.
Did you wait? You think you're going to? Oh, no. Do you have the ticket?
I have the ticket. Yeah. Just because I don't know a portal.
I don't know, Keith.
I signed in somewhere. Yes.
Okay.
So the government is like, thank you for your service.
Here's
Go
the
see
Flash.
this movie.
It's like a rewards program for being a veteran, and they work with companies. So I guess AMC is like, hey, get them in for free, and we'll charge $20 for popcorn.
Okay.
That's my
Not a
guess.
bad business model.
Right. But I am curious. I'm curious what it would be like. Do we all get to yell hoo-wah? Because it's been decades. That'll be fun. Is there, is it going to be a cool crowd that everybody was in the military? Are we going to be like, Batman, I wouldn't go into a building like that?
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting.
You're gonna be able to see if everyone also continued to shave their head after they were forced to in the army.
Yes. Once we realized we were missing a little hair, we all went bald. We all shaved it off. Fuck this. Yeah.
Do you feel a sense of something that you were in the army and now you're going to be around other, what do you call you people? Army people?
Veterans.
Real men, we call us.
Veterans? Weren't you the first co-ed?
Yeah, the first. So, okay. I wonder if I'll be like, oh my God, I can just see in the eyes, these guys actually went to war.
Oh, look how we can always find a way to feel guilty. Do you think that you would like stand up straighter? Like, no, I was in the army. I can't just be slouching coming in here. And also, do you feel like the person, did they give you a +1?
They did. Yeah.
Do you feel like that person has to like,
Salute.
like just behave?
They have to know to call the ticket taker ma'am.
Oh,
Okay.
and sir and all that.
Right.
What's the gender neutral ma'am, sir?
Guess what?
Mer?
We didn't have one, believe it or not.
I say mer.
Now, because you can't. What could you say? Because you can't say person. Yes, person.
I think you should
Authority?
say. I think you should.
Yes,
say,
authority figure.
Yes, higher power. I think you should call everybody sir. This ma'am business really. I mean, you're from the South, right, Ashley? Like, how do you feel about ma'am?
I like boss better. I'd rather be called boss.
Yes, boss.
Yeah, call me boss. I'd like that. I never want to be called ma'am personally. When it's happened to me in the past, it has been chilling and upsetting and frankly rude. Because I've always felt too young to be a ma'am. Keith, do you have like veteran pride? And I asked that because I recently was at Disneyland at night when they were doing a changing of the colors, which is not something that I was aware of. I didn't know what that was, but I watched the whole thing and there was like a bunch of different people from different generations and different branches of the military who stayed and participated. And I was like, oh, this is a thing people do. I was unaware that was like a ritual or something that people were like invested in.
I'm proud, but you're never going to see me in a parade waving back, you're welcome. That's just me.
Gotcha.
If you went to war, you earned it. If you went to war, you should be taken care of by the government for the rest of your life. I don't fit in with those people.
Do you, what is changing of the colors just the flag coming down and going
Yes.
up?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what it looked like. And I didn't want to be like, hey, does this have some deeper significance, but it just was the flag. They just changed the flag.
I mean, I won't cry seeing it folded just right, but I'm
Yeah.
proud of all those people, and I'm proud of myself. But
I have a
keep the
question.
flash. Yeah.
If before the movie started, there was like a captain up front and was like, welcome, and everyone's like, hooah, and everyone
Yeah.
sits up straight and like, you're all excited. And they go, all right, please stand to salute the flag. Are you standing? Are you saluting? What are you doing?
I would absolutely stand.
Okay. Are you saying the words?
I don't mind. Biden's president. I don't mind.
Do you know the words still?
To the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
I think we only said that in school. I don't remember saying in the
Ready,
Army.
everybody, all together while you're listening. Let's see how much of it we know. Don't fake it. Know when you're
Okay.
gonna fuck up, but let's say it together. Ready?
I pledge
pledge
allegiance to the flag
flag
of the United States of America and to the
and to the
republic for which it
for which
stands,
it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty and justice for all.
and justice
justice
for. And I'm going to wait and tell them with the guys to finish.
We know it.
Yep.
Ah,
Well, you had to do it every day. Of course, you know it.
But you're saying one nation under God.
you just
No.
ignore that part.
Right. One nation for sure. One
Yeah.
nation, it seems sometimes, indivisible, whatever that means. And we
Yeah.
like justice.
You can't
Yeah.
divide us.
And we
Yeah.
hope everybody gets
Liberty.
justice. It doesn't seem the president is, the ex-president is just yet. Amen. I wonder if there'll be like political discussions, are people going to be doing Trump talk before the movie starts?
No.
Railroaded.
Oh, I bet everybody will just keep to themselves and hope nobody talks to each other.
Right.
But this is where it's
Lincoln something, somewhere in the Lincoln area.
Lincoln Center.
I think Lincoln Square, Lincoln Center, Lincoln Circle,
see.
some kind of Lincoln.
That's fancy.
I hope I don't
Are
have
you
to go to
wearing
DC.
sleeves?
It's not the Lincoln, is it?
No.
Okay.
Are you going to wear a button-down shirt?
No. I think I will wear sleeves.
You know, there will be some old timers there with like the hats on with all
Yeah.
the, significant patches and like buttoned up shirt tucked
Yeah,
in
because the
and stuff.
government didn't take care of them. I'll keep tipping everybody. Like as if they're panhandling.
Wow, there are going to be a lot of Trump supporters, and that might be visible
There has to be.
or indivisible.
Yeah, we'll see if they're visible. I'll look at them and be like, indivisible. Like, that's not what the word means, sir. Thank you, sir.
Justice.
Holy shit. Okay. It's going to be so regular, but I'm
Yeah.
waiting for shit.
So
So
you said who's about the +1. I don't have one. I only have like 4 friends that would. Josh, he can't make it. Adam's not into it. Christian's a grown adult. Matt Bray isn't around. For being a talk show host, I hate talking to people. So I think I'm going to go alone.
Do you think you'll
Which is
see
fine.
anyone you served with?
No, I don't. No.
Do you keep in touch with anyone?
No. In the infantry, I didn't really want to keep in touch with them.
Okay.
Is that okay to say?
Yeah, I think so. I don't keep in touch with anyone from high school. So,
Me neither.
yeah.
I mean, everybody was brave. But, like something's going on upstairs that you did that. So good for
Joined?
them. What's that?
Joined? Something's going on upstairs. That
If you joined the infantry, something's in your brain that you want to fight.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, I see.
And
My mom-
usually
yeah.
that deals with intelligence as well. I've already said too much. I'm not going to be invited today.
My mom really wanted me to join
Oh my God.
because, I was always late as a child and lazy, one might say. And she thought that, what's the thing that you do for 6 weeks that scars you into always being on time?
Boot camp?
Yeah, she thought boot camp would be really helpful for me. So she was pretty insistent on that.
Be on
That's-
time.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Ashley's going through another Reddit thread and she's like, do you know about all the rapes in the military? It's like, I just need you to show up on time. You show up on time 3 times in a row and you don't have to go.
You don't have to go.
Why didn't you go?
Oh, because I was like doing drugs and hanging out.
Oh, okay. Is that why you were late?
yeah. I had big dreams, I enrolled in beauty school. I was living a fun life. I do also keep in contact with 2 people from high school. I just realized that. So maybe you have a couple people that you are hidden.
They pretend we're
infancy.
friends I see on Facebook, but nah.
There you go.
Also, they
That's
wouldn't
something.
be in New York like Newsy. Hey, I could save you a couple bucks. You just have to drive from Pittsburgh. So there's really maybe Sue Costello. She'd be fun to watch with, right? She's like, 2 Batman talking to each other. My idea. But I think it'll be fun. We'll see. Oh, well. You see everybody's like limping and shit because the government didn't take care of them. Loved ones have to like give them back massages halfway through the movie.
I think that this also like maybe speaks to The Flash as a movie. Like, are they pumping out tickets because it's bad and no one's going?
It's 95% by people on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know who the fuck gets to see that. 9/11 responders? How come they get to see it before me? I don't know. And 70% by critics. And anytime I see a critic complain, it seems the review is another superhero movie. And it's like, well, then it's not for you.
Do you think
that's
good?
Oh, I was just going to say that's pretty good. Those are pretty good numbers. Okay,
They seem like good numbers. They seem like good numbers.
Yeah,
I don't know how Michael Keaton's going to let me down.
He never does.
So right there, I think we're set.
Dependable.
Then you got 2 Batman. You got 2 Flashes. Oh, it's going to be very exciting stuff.
But people hate the Flash, right?
Yes, but we love everything else. I do too. He seems like bad news. But you know what? I saw Woody Allen did a movie. I mean, that guy's fucking pure evil. And but I saw it because Dice was in it. Andrew Dice Clay was in it. Yeah. So, other people are part of these movies. I didn't do the rape. I'll see whatever I want.
Yeah.
That's
and Andrew Dice Clay was great in that movie.
He was himself, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to play yourself.
Well, he's not. He doesn't think he did. That would be an insult. But A Star Is Born. It's always Dice. I don't know why they're saying he's a great actor. That is Dice. He's like, I want to be a singer, but I'm ugly. Dutch clutch all day long. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, well, I'm excited.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's the question portion, so you're just in time.
Yeah,
Look, you're on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So 2016 was the last time I was on with Nick?
2019, you were on one more time. Yeah.
You just blew your question. Thank you for playing. Who's next?
But no, you had nothing interesting to say then. But no, 2019, you were on a total of 3 times on Keith and Girl, 1 time on What's My Name, Chemda's interview show.
Yes, love that. Love all of my
comedians.
appearances.
Yes.
Love all my appearances. Because I was going to say 2019, I think that we got like we had a podcast called Reality Blows, and someone listened to our episode with you guys and then started listening to our podcast, and then their wife became like a lifelong pal that we check in with every now and then. It's all because of you two.
Oh,
that's cool.
Cool.
I think you were on a marathon at some point that might not be coming up.
I was also on a marathon. Okay. I knew it was more than choice.
Yeah.
All right. That makes more sense. Okay, good.
At
5
least
times.
one, maybe a couple times.
I remember the photo booth. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I remember mushroom stories from you.
Oh yeah. Mushroom stories.
Your mushroom stories are fantastic. You should do like a mushroom stories series.
Ooh.
I love your mushroom stories. I would come to a 1-woman, 1-person show about your mushroom stories.
Okay, I'm bringing it back.
I need to hear the craziest mushroom story.
Gosh, I don't even remember what I talked about on the episode, but
you were on mushrooms. Sure.
I do.
Well, there was,
mushrooms.
if I may, there was like, if I'm remembering this right.
Yeah.
There was an annual such and such in your neighborhood where all of the parents and the kids got together.
Yeah.
And everyone was doing drugs. Am I right?
Yeah.
So you start there, and I feel like you can go into very special places.
Yeah. Black Mountain Festival, not in the neighborhood, but in North Carolina. And everybody pitches a tent at the bottom of a mountain, and the parents contra dance all day and all night. And then the kids do drugs at the drum circle, do mushrooms.
Do you still do mushrooms?
Occasionally, but now I'm like a microdose gal.
What do you microdose?
Microdose mushrooms.
Oh, okay. What's a microdose?
I have a high tolerance, so it's a lot for me.
3.5. I'm good.
Right.
What's your dose?
I don't know, like specifically, there's this person that I go to who has
A person.
a
Isn't it
person.
sad that you can't say a doctor? There's like a dude that
Yeah.
seems to know math. So
Yeah. And then
Mm.
he grinds them down into a little powder. He puts a little ginger in there to help with the stomach, and he puts them in capsules. And I'll take like 2 capsules, just enough to get giggly and
every
feel good.
day.
No. Once every 3 months, if that.
Oh,
wow.
because that's enough of a dose for you to be a
Yeah.
little altered. So you're not doing work on it and every day on it. You're just kind of like
No.
enjoying the creek and the
Yes.
waterfalls. And
We
the
have a little
algae.
adventure.
Okay.
And then
Is it related to depression? It seems everybody that microdoses does. Yeah.
absolutely 100%.
How
Are you
bad does
less-
that get?
My depression?
Yeah.
Really, really bad.
Like what? Everything's falling apart.
Like life is over as far as I know. And we're talking real dark, real
Yeah.
dark. And I actually,
They want to cut off your boy's dick.
they want to, yeah, everybody's going after my baby's penis. Okay. And I'm fighting them off one by one,
Right.
and I'm losing steam. I'm losing it. I get really depressed, unfortunately, and have really dark times, but it is pretty cyclical. So when it happens, I know that it's not forever. I'm usually able to hang on to it not being forever, but my life
Okay.
does tend to fall apart around it. I kind of like stop getting out of bed, and I have like very,
How often is this?
when it gets really bad to the point that I need to get on medication, or when I seek professional help, when I get like scared enough to seek professional help, that has probably happened 4 times in my life.
Are you in professional help constantly, or it's just microdosing right now?
I micro professional help.
I text people.
I mean, I'm always in therapy, always
Okay.
have been. And then I will see a psychiatrist. I usually end up I have to go to a psychiatrist usually at some point when it gets dark enough, because I kind of know like, oh, this is no longer something that I feel safe with, and I will go to a professional. And then I'm so sensitive to medication that I can only really do antidepressants for, I can't do them forever. I have to do them for like 6 months to get out of the rut that I'm in. Can we be honest? Can we trigger warn people?
Sure.
And I can talk about it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's heavy suicidal stuff. So
Okay.
like when it gets scary enough, I will involve a doctor who will prescribe me.
What's
something.
scary enough where those are the majority of your thoughts?
Yes.
How far? So your first thought, you're like, that might go away, and it does. But once it's more consistent, you look for help?
Yeah. When it becomes like, when it's dominating my life and affecting my behavior and creating other sort of behaviors where I'm thinking and planning and stuff. And then I go, okay, this is not something that I feel comfortable dealing with on my own anymore. And I've come out of it. I've come out of it on my own in the past, but I would say 4 times in this life, it has gotten bad enough that I've seeked some help.
Do you have a steady routine so that when that routine is not working, that's one of the triggers?
I love a routine. Okay, great question. Love a routine, love stability.
Can
and
you keep it? Do you have it?
Not all the time. And honestly, the pandemic, it's been nonstop upside down, because then we moved and trying to get settled here. Like moving to Los Angeles, it's like I have a ton of friends here. I'm very lucky to have a community here, but I still moved across the country in a new city. So it's been a lot. It's hard to have a routine when you're trying to figure out like where to buy toilet paper, like
Right.
what's my grocery store?
Right. Does Nick, is he good at understanding, or do you maybe in your own head like, no, I got to take care of this and make sure he's okay? Does that ever happen?
He's great.
Okay.
Yeah, he's wonderful. He's
What's he do? He
perfect.
shoves some mushroom pizza down your throat? What's he know to do?
No, he just like keeps tabs.
Okay.
He checks in. He's aware. He's a part of the process. He weighs in when he thinks something should be done, or if he's noticing things.
And
He's
you have to
observant.
listen to him, right? You
Yeah,
have
I mean,
trust where now, like if he says it, you have to go. Yes.
I mean, it's not like, yes, to some degree. There can be some pushback at times. He doesn't always get everything right. Okay. You know, like I feel
Sorry,
like
Nick, I tried.
I respect his opinion greatly. And this is something, this is
What
really,
is an opinion though? Like, baby, it's not the end of the world. We know this. Let's read one of our books. Like, what's an opinion he could have?
an opinion is, I've noticed you've been doing this behavior a lot, or
I see.
I've been noticing this about you, which is really like when you talk about long-term relationships, an incredible benefit of a long-term relationship is having another person around that's like, I know you really well, and I know when you do this, it usually means this, and when you do this, I get worried. So it's like somebody just kind of another person paying attention, because you can really fall into your own sort of spiral of despair and not even be aware of it unless someone's like, hey, you haven't taken a shower in 4 days. And you're like, I haven't. And they're like, no, and you've only been eating pizza. Come on, let's have a salad.
Right. Do you know where the depression came from, or it's just,
I have
chemical?
it's family. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody in my family has it. Yeah. My mom, I mean, yeah. I don't want to talk about my family's issues, but it's inherited.
Right. Do you have to stay away from sad movies or depressing movies?
I really don't engage with
Yep.
sad movies. Yeah. I don't
Because I was
need
going to invite you to
to.
The Flash.
I don't need to. I already know it.
Right. I am the movies.
I memorized those movies. I could write 10 of them right now. They're all the same.
I wonder, my next step is to get a chest x-ray. Should I just take mushrooms?
I love a chest x-ray personally. I think you should do it.
Okay. All right.
Just see what's going on in there. Because a lot of, not to freak you out, but people
Sure.
have like walking pneumonia. They don't realize it until they get a chest x-ray. So if they're offering you one, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you're walking around with like a football-sized tumor until you get
Right.
a chest
Yeah.
x-ray.
There you
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I heard.
Mhm.
We were talking about I hope let me give out another trigger warning. Donald Trump news. Donald Trump was arraigned in Miami, of course, federal court yesterday, 37 counts of retaining those government documents. He said, his lawyer said, we most certainly enter a plea of not guilty. I hope that most certainly hurts him more.
Yeah, because according to movies, you have to say guilty or not guilty. And when
Right.
you say more words, you are in contempt.
They get angry. It's the first time in American history that a former president has faced federal charges. Well, so many firsts with this guy. This is going to happen in our lifetime, I think. I mean, it's all happening. He just had to pay $5 million for lying about rape. Trump described the indictment as, quote, the most evil and heinous abuse of power.
That is the most evil and heinous abuse of power.
Right. You would think it was like Hitler or something.
Describe one other heinous use of power.
It's all the charges are fake and fabricated. We understand that he had a year to turn in documents he's saying he didn't have. They found him hidden in his bathroom because he thinks you can't use somebody else's bathroom without permission.
What,
And
do you
now
have a
he's-
hall pass?
And it's all fake.
Hmm.
All right. He was arrested and booked alongside his aide and confidant, Walt Nauda, who faces several obstruction and concealment-related charges. That's not good when others are involved.
Right, because you can
That's
let the
trouble.
president go, but
Right. And
Yeah.
it's conspiring.
Mm.
right. It's pre-thought.
Yeah.
And it's a weakness. That guy might start talking at any moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not? Yeah. Everybody flips on this guy,
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah,
I
when your
would.
freedom is up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't flip the other way first.
Right. The other day we talked about Unabomber Ted Kaczynski was found dead in his cell. Turns out he hung himself.
Mm.
What?
81 years old. It's 2023 right now. In 1996 is when he got life without parole.
Wow.
This is in North Carolina.
He
Was it
hung
bigger
himself?
news there? Was it bigger news in North Carolina?
You know what? No one's brought it up.
Really?
No one has called me to discuss it.
Do people call you
Shame.
to discuss?
Shame on my family.
Uh,
Yeah, every time someone notable dies in North Carolina, they call.
He apparently suffered neck injuries. I wonder if that's what happened to me. Like, this is what you do in your sleep. You know what I mean? He had a deformed trachea as a result.
Mm.
He was moved to a medical prison in December 2021. So maybe you get a little more freedom, like rope.
What did he hang himself with?
They don't really say.
They don't really say. This
They
is
don't
very,
say.
very strange. Who gets material to hang themselves in jail? Like the
Didn't you do it with a shirt, pants? I feel like you could do it with your pants. But
Right.
being able to find something to hook your pants up too.
That's
It's not
the
like there's
thing.
exposed beams.
Maybe there are because, jails are pretty cheap. So
Yeah,
maybe you're seeing plumbing everywhere also.
I think the place he was transferred to is like for older people with medical. I think it's a little more lax.
Yeah.
Wow, kill himself. I didn't expect that.
It's a long time to be in prison and solitary. He was in solitary for most of it, I think.
That's crazy. I mean, but
That could make a man nuts.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's some fun news.
Was he circumcised? Sorry.
That's all that matters, honestly.
You know what? Hendo wants to scan all these crazy people's brains. I think we should look at all these crazy people and are they circumcised or not in general?
I bet if he was really pissed off about it. Like that was because that's kind of like, I think he would look at that as technology intervening in some way in the natural order of things.
That was chapter 4 through 8 in his manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck you, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
The Vegas Golden Knights, completely different topic, just into their 6th season in the National Hockey League, won the Stanley Cup. Do we give a shit? Ashley Brooke Roberts.
I just went to Vegas for the first time 2 weeks ago, and now I consider myself, a fan of all things Vegas. So hell yeah, go Vegas Knights. What are they called?
Golden Knights.
Yeah, yeah.
They're called the Golden Knights. Why golden showers was taken?
All the animals are taken. There's beavers, there's hornets, there's nothing left.
Cougars are now different. Oh man.
The team defeated the Florida Panthers 9-3. That's big in hockey, 9-3.
That's a lot. Yeah.
As is
follow that puck.
As in I can't follow hockey. I remember when they made the puck light up because apparently I was the only one who couldn't see it. And I kind of liked it better, but it was weird because it looked like it was going through people's bodies. But I could at least follow it. I don't know how people follow it.
No idea.
I like to watch it live. I'll go to a live game.
Right.
Okay.
Ooh,
yeah.
Why? Are you aggressive during the game?
No, it's just more fun to watch. Because watching hockey on television, I have the same issue. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. My living room doesn't have me pumped up enough to care. You know, like when you're there, you're surrounded by all the excitement. You're like, I can't really see the puck, but like I'm still like in it. So it's exciting.
You have to ask your boyfriend to be like, every so often, just come into the living room and say, y'all ready for this?
Yeah. Who let the dogs out? Yeah, we start dancing.
As is tradition, everybody on the team hoisted the famed trophy. The Vegas captain, Mark Stone, said it's one of the craziest feelings I've ever had. Just growing up understanding how wonderful that Stanley Cup is. Not the biggest hockey fan, but the only thing hanging on my wall is a Keith and the Girl t-shirt on the real Stanley Cup.
Oh, wow.
That excites me. That excites me. That pleases
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what team won that year, but my t-shirt made it on. So
we won.
We won. Fantastic. What are you doing later today, Ashley? You into the Flash?
You want to go see a movie?
I'm doing so much cool stuff. I'm going to the Volvo Repair Center.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's wrong downstairs? The car. Right. Sorry.
I'm getting a Father's Day card. Hey, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Thanks for the warning. Yeah.
For your father, or for Nick, for your future son.
My father, and then if there's one there that I think is good for Nick's dad, I'll get that too. But Nick is like really into like just sending a gift, not getting a card. Like I'm the card person in the family. So if I see one for Steve, love Steve, I'll grab that.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I got more chores I could list off.
Right. No, that's good. Okay. Yeah, look, you don't want to go. You don't want to go.
We could also go on. We might also go on a walk.
Oh, well, you are busy then. All right.
Yeah.
I'll see Flash by myself.
Are you finding work there? Are you a stay-at-home wife? Like,
No.
what's the
What a dream. I am doing a lot of different stuff. So I've worked on some shows since I've been here. I've worked at a high school since I've been here. I'm part of this climate comedy cohort. It's like a fellowship for 9 months that I'm doing.
Oh,
No,
wow.
explain this to me. So I see comedy and somehow it fixes
Mhm.
the ozone layer. You guys
Yeah,
are good.
we're saving the world.
What happens? What is this?
So CMSI, it's a nonprofit. It's the Center for Media and Social Institute, I think is the name. And they're working with Generation 180, which is like a climate change group. They basically picked 9 comedians. They flew us to DC. They put us up for a week. They taught us all about climate change. And
What'd you
now
learn? What's the big thing that people don't know? It's not too late.
Content. The big thing is that it's not too late. The big thing is that like the future, like a green future is here. We just have to grab it. It's almost there. We're almost there.
When you say that, is it really up to the civilians, or we have to do something to make the companies?
I mean, first off, well, we would all love to dismantle capitalism, which is at the root of all of it. But as far as like an individual's role in all of this, there's a lot you can do, and a lot people are already doing, and a lot that's happening on like larger scale that you're not even aware of, with like schools and hospitals going green and using.
And as I understand it, New York City will now be mandated to compost really soon. That's great. I just
who has yards? Who the fuck? Everybody has a balcony all of a sudden.
No, you do not get like one of these small. It's like the size of 2 hands. A small garbage for your composting. No. We got this like a year or 2 ago, and they said, "Here's this. Start practicing."
Yeah.
And now I just read that it's coming to be mandated, but it's so.
How do you do that?
Hard. Yeah, I don't know.
Gross. It sounds gross.
Well, they'll have like weekly pickups.
Yeah,
so
but
it'll just exist on your counter.
Ooh.
Or you could just skip that step, the composting step, and just eat your own shit. That's what I do. The step, and go straight to eating my own poop and drinking my own pee pee.
What is going on behind?
It's a garbage bin that they give you. The city gives you. Your landlord has to give it to you. And then instead of throwing your, I think, eggshells, or that's what I have to learn, like what your banana peels in the garbage, you throw it in another garbage that stands next to your garbage. Now I'm going to have 4 garbages.
I don't know if people know about New York City counter space, but hey, what goes on behind the scenes when I recycle outside? Mm-hmm. And one garbage is plastic. Mm-hmm. The other is, banana peels and shit. Yeah. And then the guy comes along and throws all these things in the same truck. Doesn't that take a lot of work when later they have to take it apart again?
Most plastic is not recycled.
I'm just saying, I see what they do to my garbage cans, and they seem to throw it in the same place.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that the composting thing's great. I think there will be a learning curve. Counter space is an issue.
I want a toaster.
Yeah, I mean, we all do, but we also want a cleaner world.
Sure.
So put that toast in the oven and heat up your whole apartment.
So many places in New York City, they have those public garbage cans and they have circles on the top. Put your plastic here, put your cardboard here. Ever look inside that? It's one fucking garbage can. It's not separated.
Yeah.
Is this all practice so that we practice?
We should be a lot more mad than we are about how we've been lied to about recycling, and how we've been lied to about fossil fuels and what's been going on we've had the technology. We could be living right now on all clean energy. We've had the technology since like the 70s, but there were so many different corporate campaigns to scatter information. Yeah. Yeah. So we should be really pissed.
If anybody thinks Ashley's being too much, I can't breathe. So something's definitely going on.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
What's the plan now, Keith? Are you just going to slowly die, or are you doing a next step? Like,
I'll do the X-ray and I'll see my doctor.
When's your X-ray plan for?
It's not, you know that. I mean, that was just yesterday. It
Don't
takes a
be
bit.
asking again.
I gotta Thursday or Friday. I'll go. They say you can just walk in, so I'll do that.
Well, can you fucking
What's wrong?
Can you change the oil first? I gotta go to Long Island on Saturday.
Okay, all right,
Thank you.
sure.
You're breathing.
It seems I'm breathing.
All right. You
It
know, what?
seems.
Drop off the car, go get your X-ray, pick up the car. Efficiency. That
Okay.
also helps the environment.
All right, there we go. Do you drive or do you not drive? Because
Love to drive
okay. What do you
Yeah.
drive?
a Volvo.
Oh, right. You said right.
Would
Is
love
that-
an EV. Would love an EV.
Keith, do you
What's-
think today's poll should be if you had a ticket to the Flash tonight and you just found out, do you think you can find a friend to go with?
That's funny.
You just
You-
found out. It's like, let's call it noon. It's noon and you found out you have tickets to the Flash specifically because you have to
Right.
find someone with a little bit of flexibility.
Mhm.
But I
tonight.
want when you vote, if you're going to vote yes, I want you to call 2 of these people and make sure.
Yes. You know what?
Because everybody would say,
Yes.
yeah, I have friends, and I have friends who I have
You
a
want
friend who
proof.
likes a superhero movie, but you don't know.
Right. You have to. Okay. So we'll do like most likely yes, most likely no. I think if you did most likely yes, you should follow it up with a screenshot of you asking your friend, like, hey, if I were to have like, and then if they say yes, you're in.
All right. So the poll isn't going to help you decide what to do with your son after all. I'm sorry about that, but I will add the stand-up track and you can study that.
Gosh, this is
So that'll be good.
BS, honestly. And now my son suffers.
Ashley Brooke Roberts. What else should people know?
Follow me on Instagram at Ashley_Brooke_Roberts.
Stop it.
Yeah.
All the
Okay.
other Ashleys took the non
Right.
underscores.
She's like, I need a 4th name. Now I got to go underscores. Damn.
Frustrating.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. You're always a I remember the first time. I think it was the first joke I heard Ashley say on stage. She's like, "When I got herpes, and I'm like, hello, hello. My hands are under my chin. Let's go. You're an open book in the best way, and it's great to see you again. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
That's it. KeithAndTheGirl.com/VIP. Every show we've ever done. All the spin-off shows. Very fun bonus shows this week. You're gonna love it. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Kenda,
Do you know that we have a new way to do shout outs?
explain.
KeithAndTheGirl.com/shout out. You can just write right there what we're going to say and
Oh.
then hit submit. Take a look. KeithAndTheGirl.com/shout out. You too, Keith. Take a look. And then
Okay.
maybe that's the poll. Did you take a look? And were you faster than Keith? All right.
I really got to stop going. What's this, Kenda? That we both have done. I could have just shut my mouth and been
Also,
like,
I
yeah, I'm
don't have
excited.
herpes.
What?
I wanted to know that I don't have herpes.
Right. No, of course not. Of course not.
Like my 18-year-old cousin's gonna listen to this.
Oh, right. There's another North Carolinian. But anyway, you are the best, and we appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Absolutely. That's it.